All right, mean value theorem. Mean value theorem says if f is continuous on the closed interval and differentiable on the open interval, then there's some number c such that f prime of c is f of b minus f of a over b minus a, which is the average, which is why it's the mean value theorem, because it's average. This theorem really doesn't have a lot of practicality. It gets used a lot in proving other theorems, so we learn it. Don't do a ton with it, though. So it says determine whether mean value theorem can be applied. If it can, you want to find the solutions on AB. If not, then you can't apply the theorem. So like Rawls' theorem, mean value theorem has conditions. Specifically, the conditions are that it is continuous on the closed interval, which means it doesn't have any asymptotes, and it's differentiable on the open interval, which means its derivative doesn't have any asymptotes. And then your C, remember, has to fall on the open interval, which means if your C is either of the endpoints, you want to get rid of it. So this one, notice, does not have the requirements that your endpoints need to be the same thing. So here, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure it's continuous. It's a parabola, so it's fine. Its derivative, also continuous. So then you have done your checks. So then you want to do f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So you have f of b, which would be f of 4, minus f of a, which would be f of negative 3, over 4 minus negative 3. So you plug in 4, plug in negative 3, put it over 7. You end up with 3. So then it says that the derivative has to equal that average value. So you want to take the derivative, set it equal to 3, and then solve for x. So x would be a half, which falls between negative 3 and 4, making a half your c value. And remember, this guarantees you at least one. You could have more than one, but if you don't have any, you have messed something up. All right, second one involves trig. So you've got sine of 2x. Sine is continuous from 0 to pi because it's just a squiggle. Its derivative is a cosine thing, which is also continuous, also a squiggle. So then you want to do your f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So, got sine of 2 pi minus sine of nothing. They're at the same place on the unit circle, so really that's going to end up being 0 over pi. Plus there, 0. So then you want to take the first derivative. Derivative of sine of 2x is going to be cosine of 2x times 2. Set it equal to your average rate. Get rid of the 2. So then you need to figure out where cosine is 0. Remember, cosine is going to be your x value. So it's going to be 0 here and there. So then you're looking at 2x, so that's this part, being pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, if you had to keep going. Then you divide them by 2. So then x is going to be pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. 5 pi over 4 is outside the interval, so no one cares. So that means that this one has 2 c values, which is fine. And again, you need to make sure that you go through and call them c values, don't leave them x. Last one. So you need to see if it's continuous from 0 to 7. This one is going to have an asymptote at 5, which means it's not continuous from 0 to 7, and you can't apply the theorem. And that's it for mean value theorem.